Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And let's just dive in and let's go back a little bit to March 3rd of this year. So what do you see? Ripple survey, 97% of payment firms believe in the power of crypto. Their biggest hurdle is the lack of regulatory clarity for adoption of crypto-enabled payments. We scroll down, we do see, so this is a report from Ripple and the Faster Payments Council, transforming the way money moves. I actually have that open over here, right here. Transforming the way money moves, a special report from the US Faster Payments Council and Ripple on the transformative opportunities of crypto-enabled payments and what leading providers expect next. But here we have, provides insights on global crypto payment trends based on a survey sent to over 950 FPC subscribers, including analysts and CEOs across 45 countries. The survey included 281 respondents addressing 25 questions on blockchain payment use cases and benefits, digital asset ownership, and usage barriers. Fieldwork for the survey was conducted during the first half of 2022. And we do see, according to the survey results, nearly every surveyed FPC subscriber, or 97% of respondents, believe that cryptocurrency and blockchain tech would have a significant role in enabling faster payments in the next 3 years. More than 50% of surveyed payment executives believe that most merchants will accept crypto payments within 1 to 3 years. 27% of respondents among Middle East and African executives believe that the majority of merchants will be crypto-friendly by 2024. According to Ripple and also the FPC, such optimism in these markets could stem from crypto-enabled solutions like mobile payments and CBDCs. Despite 52% of respondents considering crypto for payments, crypto use for payments, only 17% of those supported crypto-enabled payments at the time of the survey, according to the report. The report notes that the biggest reasons for not adopting crypto technologies for payments were regulatory clarity and limited adoption. Nearly 90% of respondents pointed to regulatory ambiguity as the main hurdle to crypto payments, while 45% of interviewees cited limited industry acceptance. And this is exactly why I have been stacking XRP as much as I possibly can on the low, because at the end of the day, we are running on a time constraint. Whether or not people realize this, I understand that it's been 2.5 years with this lawsuit, but we are running on a time constraint. Once we have proper regulations around the space, it's game over. We will see major adoption of crypto payments and crypto technology. It's noted here where you have 90% of the respondents mentioning regulatory clarity as a major obstacle. So think about that. And as time goes on, all of the other issues tied to this also become cleared up. We are running on a time constraint. So with this, I also want to take you guys over to this. So this is from the Federal Reserve Fed Payments Improvement website, introducing the US Faster Payments Council. This is the FPC. Now, the main reason why the Faster Payments Council came to be is simple. In today's increasingly mobile digital economy, Americans are demanding a world-class payment system where they can safely and securely pay anyone, anywhere, at any time, and with near immediate funds availability. With the FPC, or the Faster Payments Task Force's Effective Criteria, PDF, as a touchstone, the FPC's mission is to work with all stakeholders to meet evolving end-user needs by advancing the faster payments ecosystem, driving the emerging faster payments infrastructure towards ubiquity, fostering a high-quality and secure user experience for all, and supporting widespread use of faster payments. Now, within this, if you scroll down, you can actually see the main focuses. So this is in the first 2 years, supporting adoption of practices that enhance safety and security for service providers and users of faster payments, identifying, developing, and supporting guidelines and market practices that will address opportunities and emerging issues in an open and collaborative way, developing an education and awareness program to foster better understanding of faster payments. Now, their most recent posts, I actually quoted it over on Twitter. This is the FPC, the Faster Payments Council. And this is talking about the Cross-Border Payments Work Group has published a new industry resource in the Faster Payments Knowledge Center, the Cross-Border Payments Bulletin number 3. Now, I said you almost have to be blind to not, well, I said to not seen, but I meant to not see what's happening around the financial system. Ripple and XRP are crucial pieces to the global financial systems puzzle. Things are aligning perfectly, and now it's only a matter of time. Again, crucial, because we are at a time constraint. And whether or not we have another year, maybe even 2 years, to accumulate XRP, we should do it in a very smart and logical way. And I said, those that have been part of the XRP community doing their research and putting in the time see the vision here. The new monetary system is coming. It's not a secret. Now prepare accordingly. And yes, I did post the Transforming the Way Money Moves, which, yes, we have that open over here, where it does break everything down around cryptocurrencies and how digital assets are literally becoming the norm. And we even do see like blockchain and crypto to enhance payment speed and boost customer value. I mean, like 97% of them believe that crypto will be the future. And we even do see that global cross-border payment flows are expected to reach $156 trillion, driven by a 5% compound annual growth rate. Yeah, these only continue to gain in value. And I do believe that cross-border payments are the perfect market for crypto to actually disrupt. And even Ernst & Young said that cross-border payments, it's a ripe for disruption market. But also, on the second page here, I have the announcement from the FPC, which I have here. So U.S. Faster Payments Council releases third cross-border payments industry bulletin. Now, within this, we do see the U.S. Faster Payments Council, a membership organization devoted to advancing safe, easy-to-use faster payments in the U.S., today published the third edition of the Cross-Border Payment Bulletin in its Faster Payments Knowledge Center. The FPC Cross-Border Payments Work Group developed the latest industry bulletin to further explore the effect of central bank digital currencies on cross-border payments, or cross-border faster payments, sorry. And here we have, it takes a look at the current CBDC market landscape, the distinction of wholesale versus retail distribution of CBDCs, and how liquidity management is orchestrated in the CBDC world. The bulletin also examines a few of the recent CBDC pilots and provides some lessons learned from these ongoing pilots and other research projects. For an example, the ongoing global CBDC initiatives are aimed at understanding the implications of CBDCs on the global economy, financial stability, and monetary policy. This bulletin looks at some of the in-country, regional, and cross-border CBDC initiatives, the different implementation approaches being taken, the design frameworks being considered, and the different stages and motivations of and for CBDC adoption. On behalf of the FPC Cross-Border Payments Work Group, we trust that this bulletin will help broaden your understanding of this new form of currency and its possible usages going forward. And we do see future editions of these bulletins will be focused on industry initiatives affecting and impacting cross-border payments such as ISO 20022, immediate cross-border payments IXB, and open banking, while continuing to monitor ongoing cross-border CBDC projects and initiatives themselves. And I actually have, so one second. So I actually have this bulletin number 3 over here, and we have Cross-Border Payments Work Group. So the Faster Payments Council Cross-Border Payments Work Group is proud to present the third issue of the work group's bulletin focused on central bank digital currencies and their effect on the cross-border faster payments. So within this, we do see central bank digital currency, as described on the Federal Reserve's website. Central bank digital currency is generally defined as the digital liability of the central bank that is widely available to the general public. Today in the US, Federal Reserve notes, i.e. physical currency, are the only type of central bank money available to the general public. Like existing forms of money, a CBDC would enable the general public to make digital payments. As a liability of the Federal Reserve, however, a CBDC would be the safest digital asset available to the general public with no associated credit or liquidity risk. This is a broad definition of a CBDC. Some other definitions limit a CBDC to being used for a transaction between central banks and commercial banks, or between commercial banks. CBDCs are currently being implemented in at least 3 different ways: for transactions only between central banks, e.g. for transactions between the US Federal Reserve and the Bank of England or the Bank of Canada. This might be one way to facilitate faster cross-border transactions. For transactions between commercial banks and between commercial banks and the central bank, e.g. the Federal Reserve. In the method of implementing CBDCs in this and the previous bullet, retail or consumer accounts would not have access to the CBDC. For transactions between all types of accounts, including retail accounts, in this case, the CBDC could be used for any transactions which support a digital currency. So far, no decision has been made in the US about if, when, or how a digital currency will be implemented. In addition, while there have been pilot or demonstration projects around the world showing the viability of using a CBDC for transactions between central banks, there have not yet been successful pilots or demonstration projects providing or proving the viability of using CBDCs for transactions between commercial banks and for using CBDCs for digital transactions in the general economy. But we do know that 90% of the global nations are moving towards a CBDC landscape, and it makes sense to get ahead of this now. Digital assets, and more specifically central bank digital currencies, are seeing an acceleration of exploration across many countries and central banks. It is important to distinguish some of the characteristics between privatized currencies, e.g. Bitcoin or Ethereum, distribution methods, public/private key management. Additionally, one of the key challenges of CBDC adoption is interoperability among new CBDC implementations, as well as with legacy clearing and settlement systems, e.g. Fedwire and CHAPS. Recently, there has been an attempt by SWIFT to bridge the interoperability gap. In March of 2023, SWIFT announced the successful testing of their solution to enable CBDCs to move between digital ledger technology, DLT, based and fiat-based systems using existing financial infrastructure. It is interesting to understand the motivations of exploring and eventually deploying a CBDC in the market. It is important to keep in mind how regional differences and technological advancements help drive the design choices that support those differences. And in my opinion, as we look at this, yes, I believe that DLT will be crucial to all of this. They do break a few things down here as well. They even talk about liquidity management. They also talk about automated market makers. By the way, AMMs are coming to the XRP ledger. Not to kind of go in the same direction that, hey, I do think that the XRP ledger is going to be utilized here. I'm just saying that could very well be the secret sauce. That's what we've heard from David Schwartz, saying it is the secret sauce. But almost all of these CBDC pilots, most of them do include DLT, stable coins, things like that. We even do see like an Enbridge ledger custom built by central banks for central banks to serve as a specialized and flexible platform for implementation of multi-currency cross-border payments using CBDCs. You know, there's a lot that goes into this. There's also a lot that we have just no idea on what they're actually doing with a lot of these. In my personal opinion, from what I've seen, I think that the best case scenario is going to be a private ledger technology, which we already know that Ripple is trying to pilot. That's one that we've been focused on for a while because of the overall use case behind it, as well as the idea behind it that would cater directly for the central banks. But at some point in time, these CBDC pilots and research efforts have reinforced traditional payment processing procedures, clearing and settlement, contingency, exceptions, interoperability, liquidity, local rules and regulations. Like all of these are the major focus, but we do see that these and future pilots and projects may lead to more research and ultimately industry acceptance of some form of CBDCs. CBDCs have the potential to enhance the efficiency of cross-border payments and transform traditional correspondent banking practices. Future editions of these bulletins will be focused on industry initiatives affecting and impacting cross-border payments, such as ISO 20022 immediate cross-border payments and open banking, while continuing to monitor ongoing cross-border CBDC projects and initiatives. And do you understand, like, their major focus is on cross-border payments. Like, it's all focused on cross-border payments. And, you know, with a lot of these articles and a lot of these things being, you know, written around the Faster Payments Council, specifically even Faster Payments themselves, like Ripple plays a vital role in almost every single one of these documents. That's what I've been trying to really kind of align with everything when I talk about a lot of these documents. It's like the fact that like Ripple is a part of almost all of this. The US Faster Payments itself, if you actually go over to the leadership, which I'm sure that by now almost everyone knows this, like there's two major players here. There's Pat Thelen and then there's also James Selleck. These are two individuals that come from a substantial background prior to even Ripple. For example, Pat Thelen was at UMB Bank. He was there for 5 years and 7 months. Also, he was a managing director at JP Morgan. He was a senior principal at Fiserv. And then also he was a manager at Ernst & Young. And then also James Selleck comes from a substantial background as well. If you scroll here, Ernst & Young, 3 years and 7 months. And then also Banco Santander Bank for about 4 years and 10 months. These are individuals that come from substantial backgrounds within the banking and financial sector. And here they are on the Faster Payments Council. They, worked for Ripple. As a matter of fact, James Selleck is working still for Ripple as an account manager. And then also, Pat Thelen is here since May of 2018 to present, 5 years and 1 month. But then there's also Craig DeWitt, which, by the way, this individual, he's working at Supermojo, which we know Ripple actually invested into Supermojo. Now, he has left Ripple so far, 7 years. He's been working there, but he just recently left in July of 2022. He doesn't really come from a substantial background around payments or financial technology, but we do know that back in 2021, he actually went from Ripple appointed to Senior Faster Payments Council role, who is currently in post as a Senior Product Director at Ripple, said that he would be taken on a role at the Faster Payments Council, which is an industry-led membership organization. DeWitt said that he was proud to be getting involved in with the organization and helping to investigate central bank digital currencies. Proud to share I've been selected as the Vice Chair at Faster Payments Council for cross-border payments. And if we actually go over to a few of his quotes around this. So here we have the quote from June 16th, 2021. We scroll down here. So first off, yes, this is talking about cross-border faster payments. As businesses and consumers continue to expect digital solutions and faster payments options, the industry must act now to meet the demands of tomorrow, particularly when it comes to addressing the barriers and complexities around cross-border payments. This was Kelvin Leung, who is the Vice President of Product Management for New Payment Flows at MasterCard and FPC, Cross-Border Payments Work Group Chair. Our work group is pleased to present this valuable industry resource to help advance the adoption of faster cross-border payments that deliver greater convenience, security, and choice. And then also, here we have from Craig DeWitt. In addition to looking at various use cases, our paper outlines 3 different interoperability models and 3 settlement models because there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Moving money across borders involves a complex network of banking partners and stops along the way, but faster cross-border payments are attainable as more and more countries adopt faster payments and focus efforts on interoperability among systems. And yeah, I think that, obviously the $156 trillion market is the focus point right now. But, I think that the secret here is really what the Federal Reserve does next. We know that going all the way back to 2017, there was the U.S. path to faster payments. Now, this was with the Faster Payments Task Force itself. And if we scroll here, we can see the Faster Payments Task Force participants, and you can see a lot of the major names tied to this, and Ripple was one of them with Ryan Zagone from Ripple. And then also we did see Ripple mentioned down here. Ripple is a solution that empowers providers to make real-time cross-border payments. Cross-border payments today generally take 2 to 4 days to settle. With limited visibility into status and fees, Ripple enables full visibility into payment status, certainty of fees, and settlement in real time. And yeah, I think that, for the longest time, Ripple has been associated with a lot of these major groups that have been doing these studies, these solutions, and, trying to create something that changes the world around these payments and payment technology, because it is crucial. It's a big problem area. Obviously, for the last couple of years, we've been focused on cross-border payments and, the issues tied to it. Even going back to September of 2021, you have the World Bank Group talking about faster payment systems. Within this, Ripple is mentioned 3 times, all at the same time. What you see, Ripple has developed, let me zoom in. Ripple has developed a network based on distributed ledger technology for cross-border payments. The RippleNet allows, or the RippleNet network allows financial institutions to send and receive international payments from a single pre-funded account. RippleNet allows for fiat-to-fiat transactions as well as the use of the XRP digital currency. This is the World Bank digital currency to bridge between different jurisdictions. And I mean, you could tell when we take a step back and we really kind of look at where we are today, you could tell things are falling into place. I mean, everything that we've been seeing in the last couple weeks, months, and even, years has been centered out on cross-border payments. Even CBDCs are focused on creating an efficient standard around cross-border payments. But this is exactly why, I have been focused on what's been happening around the scenes, because there is a lot going on. Things are falling into place. More now than ever before. And that's why I say, you have to almost be blind to not see what's happening around the financial system. If you've been following digital assets, crypto, and things like that for the last couple of years, then yeah, you are well aware of what's really happening. I mean, the UK wants to become a crypto hub. The UAE wants to become a crypto hub. Hong Kong wants to become a crypto hub. China just recently started to look into cryptocurrencies and allow their citizens to actually buy crypto and utilize crypto. Russia wants to utilize cryptocurrencies for settlement. I mean, you can see the major trend here, and the trend is only going to continue to accelerate from here on out because, again, these payment firms, they believe in the power of crypto, and once we get over that hurdle, that regulatory clarity hurdle, it's game over. So that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.